You know what's funny? If you asked me 5 years ago what I thought financial stability looked like, I probably would have said something like making a salary of 100,000 a year. And while that can definitely help, I've realized that's only part of the story because I've actually started to make more money now and still I felt broke. I mean, not broke because I was out shopping every weekend or living some extravagant lifestyle. I just always felt like I was recovering from something. And honestly, I don't think I realized how exhausting that was until I really focused on stewardship. I became a mom at a really young age. By my mid 20s, I had 3 kids under 5. And if you ever raised little kids, you know life can feel like organized chaos. I was making about 48,000 a year and I definitely wasn't thinking about building wealth. Instead, my daily thought process was more along the lines of, do my kids have enough diapers? Can I pay this bill? What's for dinner tonight? How am I going to make this paycheck last for the next 2 weeks? For a long time, the goal was simply survival. Then, in my early 30s, I decided to go back to college. I graduated, started a new career, and for the first time, I finally felt like I could breathe a little. Not because my income improved much, but because I had more flexibility. I could work from home and didn't need to plan for childcare costs. But here's the thing, I still wasn't really getting ahead financially. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all the money go? Because that was me. I wasn't constantly shopping, I wasn't taking luxury vacations or buying designer bags because honestly, that's just never been my thing. But every time I finally managed to save a little money, life happened. The car needed repairs, one of the kids needed something, school fees came up, a birthday, a prescription, something around the house. Like I'd move money out of my savings, tell myself I'd replace it the next payday, and then of course, the next payday came and something else would come up. I don't know if you can relate, but that was my cycle for years. Now, whenever a new month approaches, I actually get excited. And I know that probably sounds a little nerdy, but it's true. I make myself a coffee or a tea or a matcha. I sit down at my desk, open up my laptop, and start planning. Because planning my finances every month now feels like an opportunity to move one step closer to the life I'm trying to build. And over the last year, I've realized it isn't really one big thing that's changed. Rather, it's been a few simple systems working together. So let me share them with you. The first thing I changed was creating one place where I could see my entire financial life. It's a financial dashboard that I purchased from another finance creator, and I'm literally obsessed with this thing. Every single month, I update it. It tracks my monthly expenses, my spending categories, my savings, investings, my sinking funds, and my emergency fund, as well as my financial goals. It even gives me like a year-to-date snapshot of everything so that I know where I'm at. Before this, I honestly felt like I was making financial decisions in the dark. I'd look at one bank account, then another, and then my credit card, and nothing really connected. Now, with everything in one place, I can see exactly where I'm making the progress and exactly where I need to improve. And I think that's been one of the biggest reasons I've stayed consistent this year. Which, pat on the back for me because your girl has really struggled with being consistent. And actually, if it's something you'd like me to make a full video about, let me know in the comments because I'd be happy to walk you through how my dashboard looks and exactly how I use it. Now, the second thing I changed was deciding where every dollar was going to go before I spent it. It's exciting because every single month I get to build and plan where my money goes. I plan exactly how much money is going to my emergency fund, my car fund, my travel, summer, Christmas, and retirement funds. Every dollar has a job before it ever leaves my account. That one shift has completely changed how I think about money. I'm not wondering where my money went anymore. I'm telling it where to go. This next one completely changed the way I saved. For years, I treated almost everything unexpected like an emergency. Christmas, school supplies, car maintenance, that was a big one and still is. birthdays, travel. But then I asked myself, like, are these actually emergencies? And the answer was obviously not really. Christmas actually happens every year, duh. Cars need maintenance, kids grow, school starts every September. Those aren't emergencies, they're predictable. So instead of letting those things keep sending me back into debt, I started creating sinking funds. Now, my emergency fund has one job, and that is to protect me from true emergencies. Things that if I didn't already have the money, maybe I'd have to borrow it from a bank to get through, like a job loss, a major medical situation, a true crisis. Everything else, I try to save for ahead of time, and honestly, that mind shift changed everything. I'll give you one example. I currently still drive a 2012 Mazda 5 with over, get this, 260,000 kilometers on it. It's been an amazing vehicle, but it's 14 years old. Earlier this year, I needed new brakes and rotors, and the repair was over $600. Old me a year ago, that would have gone straight onto a credit card, but this time I already had a car maintenance fund waiting for me. I paid the bill and I went on about my day. I didn't have to panic. I didn't go into any debt. I wasn't wondering, how am I going to make this work? And at that moment, I realized, okay, these systems are actually working for me. This last one is actually the newest system I'm building, and if I'm honest, I think it's the missing piece for a lot of people. For years, I kind of focused on just always that emergency fund and trying to get ahead with that. And don't get me wrong, it's still very much important, but I realized something recently. You can have money in savings and still feel broke between your paychecks, especially if you're raising kids or rebuilding financially, or even if you're in the middle income stage where life is just expensive. And that's where I found myself. So now I'm building what I call a breathing room fund or a cash flow buffer. Its job isn't to cover emergencies. Its job is just to kind of make life feel normal. Like replacing an iPhone charger. I've had to do that recently. Extra gas, a prescription, a school fee. Those little things that aren't emergencies, but they somehow always seem to happen like a few days before payday. I'm still building this one, but I already know it's going to be one of the most important parts of my financial system. The reason I wanted to start this channel is because I couldn't really find someone whose journey looked like mine. There's a lot of channels about retiring at 40, building $1 million portfolio, becoming debt free in 12 months. And don't get me wrong, those are amazing milestones. But what I really wanted to see was someone building financial stability later in life, someone raising kids, still figuring things out and celebrating small wins. Because honestly, that's where I'm at. I'm still learning, I'm still making mistakes, I'm still changing things as I go. But every month I feel a little more confident than I did the month before. And for me, that's what financial stability feels like. It's not having everything figured out, but building systems that help you make better financial decisions over time. So, if that's the kind of journey you're on too, I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to Everyday K.